Congrats on signing up to receive these 5 tips that will help you create a solid writing plan. Now, you have already received your tips, and hopefully, it's already started to make those wheels turn in your head and and it has gotten you excited about planning again. But if you stick around over the next few days, you'll receive a very short and concise email with a video and some more resources to help build out each of these 5 tips. So you might be asking yourself, well, why should I trust this person? How does she know it will work? Because, y'all, I've had those same experiences where I stayed after work. I stayed up all night creating this amazing plan, or at least I thought it was amazing, only to have my evaluator come in and find more things that I forgot to do or more things that I forgot to consider. So, after many, many trials and even more errors, I realized that if I keep these 5 things in mind, not only is my planning more effective, but it goes a lot faster because it almost becomes a rinse and repeat method. So now I actually enjoy planning. My planning time is cut in half. Y'all, I promise you, I do not stay after school, at least not for planning. I stay after for extracurricular, but not for like excessive planning anymore. I'm not taking the work home. I'm going home and relaxing and having fun with my friends and my family. And most importantly, when I do come back to work to deliver the planning, these tips have been effective for my students. Y'all, it makes delivering the planning even more effective, right? Win, win, and another win. So let's jump right into tip number 1, which is being strategic. Now, when I say strategic, I mean, calculated and deliberate. So, Selena, what does that mean? Consider everything from, well, what skills are you going to build? Not every single activity is going to build every single skill, right? So, making sure you keep in mind if this is the skill that I want to build, every single step needs to help move my student towards mastering this skill. Making sure that even capturing your students' attention and making sure that the title and the topic is connected to what they're doing is going to make your strategic planning more effective. So, for example, if the skill is argumentative writing and you see I focus on that speaking and writing component, well, my kids are writing a speech and they're arguing about something. I am going to make sure that the steps necessary to get them there is going to be just that. Every single step scaffolded for my kiddos. Y'all, you don't have to put every single step at the beginning, but this is just, again, an example of what an overview can look like. At the high school level, at a lot of high schools, we have block scheduling, right? And so each step might take a day, and that doesn't mean all 90 minutes, but each step in a day. So I might want to do step 1 on April 4th and 5th for my A and B day kids. And it might only take 30 minutes, right? And then the next day, I'm going to go ahead and build in step number 2. The great thing about a lot of our block schedules is we have flex days, and I'm going to be purposeful and deliberate about how I spend those flex days as well. So I can look every week and I can plan out, okay, well, this week, a lot of my kids were pulled out early for the assembly or another event. And so those first 2 Fridays will be makeup days or allotted for extra time. Perhaps I noticed that by step 6, kids are actually a little bit all over the place because some kids moved a little bit slower. Some needed to go back and work on some things. So I'm going to build in some station work activities. One of my favorites is the teacher conferences. Y'all, having kids sign up for a 5-minute conference not only helps me give them the feedback that they need, specific student to student, but it allows me to kind of grade as we go along. So at the end, by the time I get 120 essays or written responses, I grade them so quickly because I've already given some type of grade and feedback along the way. But we'll get into those details a little later. So again, tip number 1, be strategic. Hopefully this helps. Make sure you stay tuned. You're going to receive an email tomorrow to help elaborate on tip number 2.